Hi, I'm KUGAN CASSIUS. You're watching iFL TV in association with MGM Marbella. I'm here with Anthony Joshua, Olympic super heavyweight, the guy I mentioned to every heavyweight that I interview. How are you feeling ahead of your training session and especially ahead of October the 11th?
You know what? Stay hungry, stay humble. So my people out there, you can buy AJ snapbacks at ajboxing.com.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, Dennis Backtoff, if you're watching, you're going to get it!
How you doing?
Let's roll.
How's things?
Training camp's going great. Sparring's been going good. Vlad got it, you know. Don't want to go into it, but Vlad got it.
Let's go, champ.
And yeah, any other of these sparring partners want to come here and take a beating, you know, contact my manager. We can make this happen. You know, AJ.
That's not me. That's not me.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFL TV. We're at the Matchroom Elite Boxing Gym here in Essex. With me, I have 8-0 heavyweight professional Olympic gold medalist, just general superstar at the moment. Hopefully it continues. Anthony Joshua, how are you?
Feeling good. Yeah, done training for today.
Do you know what? I've watched your sparring today, and we don't have to name sparring partners, but the guy that come in today, all credit to him, done about 5 or 6 rounds for you, and you liked his style today.
Yeah, he's got like an old school style, a bit George Foreman-y, mixed. I'll say with a bit of Larry. I liked his defence. I was watching James Toney and Jeremy McLean sparring today on YouTube, and it kind of like, funny enough, it replicated that old school style, his style, and what I tried to bring to sparring today, what I tried to work on. So I really enjoyed the rounds that I got in.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch that actually today. The reason I'm not going to name it because I know Tony's a bit thingy about sometimes with sparring partners and that. But it was a good sparring session for you today. How you been?
Normal, mate. Just I had a good time at the boxing on Saturday watching Groves, not only Groves, all the rest of the undercard as well. Some real good faces turned up, and it's good to watch it from outside the ring for once. Yeah,
and do you know what? There was like Mesut Ozil, Lucas Podolski, Rory McIlroy, all there.
The EastEnders, though.
The EastEnders crew were there, but the only person I saw getting mobbed was you.
Don't lie.
That's what I saw. I heard them chanting your name and everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I heard it as well.
I thought I heard it.
I thought I heard it. I don't know if it was Groves or AJ, but
yeah, because they sound the same.
I'm gonna take it.
It was like, there's only one and Joshua.
I thought
only one and Joshua.
It was a good show though.
Indeed. People want to know, like, when are you going to headline Vicarage Road? What's going on?
Do you think? I personally think I'll fight for the British. You know, I'd love to fight for the British. I don't think you think I will.
We had this conversation earlier on. I just get a feeling that, not that you don't want to fight for the British.
I just think, I just want to. Yeah, whether it happens or not.
I know you want to, but I don't know whether that's the road that Eddie Hearn will take you down. I know it's your thing it's not just his decision to that, but it's yours as well. But I don't know, I just get a feeling that you won't fight for the British. It'd be good, because I know you've talked for a long time about wanting to have that Lonsdale belt wrapped around your waist as your first major title. I
remember when I first started boxing at Finchley, I saw Trezora's picture on the wall, like ABA champ, and I asked the coach, I said, what's his name? He said his name. What did he do? He went on to do this and turn pro. I set my goals out to kind of do the same thing, and I remember Upton Park, I watched Trezora beat Danny Williams for the British title as well. Yeah, and that
was on the Kevin Mitchell and Katsida's undercard.
That's right. Yeah, and I want to go on to do the same thing. You know, I want that British. It'll be a good start. You know, October the 11th is one. Whatever happens after that will be another. And then sometime I'd just love that British belt and defend it. It'll be real good.
Well, I'd like to see you fight for the British, because I know you want to fight for it. That's part of the reason why. And but whether that happens or not,
I think what would happen is that if an opportunity came that directed us away from the British, that's probably what the problem's going to be. Yeah. If an opportunity strikes that says, you know what, we're going to have to go down this route rather than that route, and that's going to be the interesting thing. But if I was to fight for it, it seemed to me and everyone that's following boxing and my career that it seems pretty much clear that we'll probably do it next year sometime.
How many fights do you anticipate having left after Dennis Bektoff on October 11th?
Well,
like this year, for this year?
Yeah, so Dennis Bektoff would be number 9, and then I think Cleverly Bellew, potentially, I don't know, you have to ask Eddie, but was going to be scheduled for November 29, but I think they're going to make it a bit earlier.
It could go either way with that one.
So if it's earlier, I think it depends how early it is, but I hope it is, because that gives me another window to fight again.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be my last one. So after Bektoff, I'll have one more.
One more. Potentially 10-0 by the end of the year. Potentially. Always potentially. Interesting though, because you've been pro for... Have you been pro for a year yet?
No.
In October you've been
11 months, 11 months now.
Is it just flown by?
Mate, when I look at it, it's like, because I'm in the gym 24/7 because we're fighting back to back, it's just repetition. And you look back and you think, God, I haven't taken my foot off the gas. But like, I think with life, you tend to always try and look forward. And then it's only when you sit back and reflect, you think, God, look at everything that's gone on. But that's good about what we do, the interviews and that. You can really document back.
Just go back through the interviews.
Really see how things have changed, and like stuff like people say I should fight certain guys, and then as you're progressing, they scrap those guys and jump a leap, so you should fight this guy, and so it's quite cool. It's quite cool.
Well, the feedback you get from the social media, because it's probably the biggest tool marketing wise and
definitely
in boxing right now is that after like obviously television exposure, but who do people think that you should be fighting now? Because I had this debate on Twitter after you fought who was before Erich? Who was your last fight before Erich?
Skelton, right?
Skelton, after you fought Skelton. So it was like people going, right, he's fought another bum, step him up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I'll tell you what, you name me 3 opponents he should be fighting. Like, okay, fair enough. You name the opponents now then. So a lot of names being mentioned. And probably names that Eddie's and you have probably spoke about. People like Michael Sprott, people like Sam Sexton, people like all these guys, as your next now step up, if you like.
The good thing about the names that people are mentioning is that they're British based. Yeah. So it creates like I won't say rivalry, because I don't really know half of these guys personally anyway. But what it creates is you feel familiar with the opponent instead of getting some geezer that no one's heard of, no one's ever seen him box because he lives 7 hours away in a plane. But even though he's doing his thing in his own home, in his own country, people want that familiar face, that guy that they've seen batter someone else, and so on, and that creates a good buzz. And that's what we're trying to get to at the end of the day. But just because my opponents, some are foreign, doesn't mean that they're not good boxers. But I think that's just what it is. I think if you ask around the world, you may get fighters that no one's heard of. But when you're asking on British soil, there's definitely, as you said, like potentially like the names that you mentioned.
I think from a hardcore boxing fan point of view, they'll know like who's who. Like a lot of people wouldn't have heard of Dennis Bektoff, but
no, except for like when I do mention it to 1 or 2 people, that's a geezer who fought Williams, or that's a geezer who fought like Erich fought Solis and these type of fighters. Yeah, when you mention to hardcore boxing fans,
Do you know this? There's a guy, I can't think of his name, but there's a guy that after every one of your fights, he tweets out a statistic about the winning, losing records of
Ali, Klitschko, Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, so after their first 8 fights, their combined record. And doesn't your one sit above all of them? Is that right? Is that why he tweets that out? Am I correct in saying that?
You are. Like their opponents, let's say they had 20, lost 10. My opponents could have had 20, lost 15. Yeah. So he'll tally up the losses, the wins. Yeah. And then tally up the same on my opponents, and then you'll see that it's quite interesting. Yeah. When you look at the facts don't lie, and all he's just stating is that I am fighting record-wise opponents at a decent level, just like the other greats that you mentioned now. And even I was talking to someone today like about Tyson after like 17, 18 fights is when he started stepping up at a level like the Bektoffs, the Eriches. I think get a few more of these under my belt. Go around sparring with the champ, hopefully Pulev. These type of fighters, and learn and learn and learn. And trust me, if you can fight, you can fight. You know, and when the time's right, you'll take on these opponents. But for now, I've got to get past Backtop first and foremost, and then potentially I've been hearing, you know, Sprott next.
We shall wait and see. You know when a fighter, it's not specific to you or anyone, but just some fighters in general, when they get an early win, and then they say, well, boxers don't get paid for overtime.
Correct.
And then they go to rounds and they go, well, I've sort of, got the rounds in tonight, so I was glad of that.
I think you say what's on your mind at the time.
Yeah, is it what it is? Because I should imagine that you can't really beat getting an opponent out early, but then if you've got rounds, like, would you say that you need rounds? Forget about, do you think you need rounds?
I definitely don't need rounds that are going to slow my career down, because
unnecessary rounds.
Unnecessary rounds. You know, Geese are giving me all sorts of problems. No one needs them rounds. This is a physical sport, and it does like take years off. Tough fights take years off. So I definitely don't need them type of fights. I need to be outclassing opponents. But you saw what we done today. We get the rounds in, regardless.
But fight rounds.
Yeah, it will happen.
Yeah.
It will naturally happen. And when I get that opponent, I'll probably say, quote me now, I'll probably say, I'm so happy I got them rounds underneath my belt. I really needed them. On to the next one, you know. And
do you know we mentioned an opponent there, didn't we? We talked about Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, we did.
Not at the minute, but I think after like 2 or 3 more fights, I think someone like Kevin Johnson, because I'm not saying you're guaranteed of the rounds with him, but he is as tough as they come.
Yeah,
in
he
that
can
respect.
slip, slide. I was at camp with him as well. He's an intelligent guy, intelligent boxer. He's fought for world title. You know, I respect him, and definitely, as you said, these type of fighters should it potentially come to win, and if they don't, should potentially stand up and fight to the end.
We had another discussion earlier on about.
By the way, I was training. I was training in the middle of all these discussions.
I've had to wait here 3 hours for him to finish. We had a discussion earlier about your amateur record and how there were quite a lot of fighters, obviously, that you fought who are professional now,
correct,
etc., etc. And it's not really like a dig at anyone about it, but I said to you that if I was an amateur boxer and I'd fought you, so if I was an amateur boxer and I'd fought you, whether I'd won or lost, if I wanted my profile sort of enhancing, I would probably use your name as a point that, well, I fought Anthony Joshua in the amateurs. Do you share that view with certain fighters? There's quite a few of them that we spoke about earlier on.
As an amateur, I fought the #1 in the world right now, like 2-time world champion. I fought him, real close fights. I fought Olympic champ, Olympic silver medalist that is now professional. But at the end of the day, that's in the past. And do you know what it is? Is that like these do the talking. That's all. Like the geezer out sparring today, so talented. He's knocking guys out now as a professional. He's really good, but. I beat him as an amateur, he's the one who even mentioned it. I recognised him, and I thought, where do I know this guy? He goes, yeah, we fought as amateurs. Oh yeah, but like I've never mentioned that to you or mentioned.
No, I didn't.
And he's doing his own thing, making waves. But I think each individual is different. You know, everyone has their game plan. Like what I do, a lot of it is calculated. You know, I'm a calculated guy, so my own way of operating isn't to piggyback off someone else's success. I've got to get my head down and look at that person and say, you know what, I lost or beat that geezer, but I want a bit of that, and I want to work harder than him to get there. That's just how I see it.
I mean, another guy I've interviewed before, great guy, Aji Sharif, who I think's fighting this Saturday actually.
Is he? So, I like him.
Yeah, when I spoke to him, his angle was like, it gave him nightmares after you beat him.
Yeah, I respect that, man. He must not like losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a good fighter. That was like my 7th fight we fought, you know. all respect to him, he's gone on, he's put that behind him, and now he's gone on to become a professional, and he's working his way up the ranks, and he'll make his name, he'll get his opportunity. Like, a lot of guys should just be patient, you know, stop trying to rush the fame and all that. Like, I bet you half the people couldn't name me Mayweather's first 10 opponents.
Probably not.
You know, but he waited, he bided his time, he worked hard, and now everyone knows Mayweather across the world. So that's just my point. Be patient, work hard, try not to worry about people's opinion or expectations, because if you keep on grinding away, your opportunity will come, and I'm sure you'll capitalize when the time's right. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing.
Absolutely. When I interviewed you here last time, a lot of people made reference to like kind of like a dark side of Anthony Joshua. When I asked you something, we don't have to go into it again, but I asked you something, and you, don't know, a little bit of. I didn't really. They was like, "Were you worried, Kugan?" I was like, "Well, what did you think Anthony was going to do? What did you think he was going to do at that point? Like, batter me with my own camera.
Pull out a gun.
Yeah. What did you see, man? But no, but where I'm leading with this is how much percentage of Anthony Joshua real personality have we seen?
I am who I am, mate. You
No, not real personality. But I think there's still more to come from Anthony Joshua, and I just don't think you've shown it all yet. I know, because I know, but I'm just saying that.
I think like in front of your family, you're who you are. In front of you, I'm who I am. I'm just an ordinary geezer who comes to the gym, punches a bag, takes a few punches, gives a few, and boxes in front of an audience now and again. And I think what you probably saw there is just like any competitive athlete who's striving to achieve something, who's striving to be someone in life, we just don't like losing. Whether I'm playing FIFA, whether I'm playing Fight Night, you know, whether I'm having a press-up competition with one of my mates, we don't like losing. And me and my mates, we argue, you know, but we're friends after. But when it comes to winning, that's all it is. And you asked me about something that touched the spot, because I lost in a certain fight. I lost in a fight against Dylan, and I just was stating my point that was in the past, and I've worked hard, I've kept my head down, and when I lost, I saw the mistakes I made and I got them right, and since then I carried on achieving things to where I am at the minute. That's all. Okay. But I kind of said all that what I just said now in 3 seconds. In a 3 seconds.
You worried?
That's all it was. I kind of said it in 3 seconds.
No, listen, I understand that, but I mean, with regards to, like I said, your personality, I wasn't suggesting that how people perceive you is the wrong way, because how they perceive you is exactly how you are. But I do think there's more from you.
Trust me, 100%. I'm calculated, man. Trust me, I read, I study, I'm deep. I know, like, boxing is part of life. I understand life. I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of life actually is. I know I'm not going to be here forever, and I know I've got to really work hard to achieve something, and I ain't letting nobody get in the way of that. You know, there's going to be bumps on the way, and I'm preparing for that now before they happen, and what will be will be. I'm going to keep on working hard. So that's all it is, man. And as you said, there's going to be some dark nights, some dark times, but just keep on going until you get to the light, innit?
Absolutely. Just found a quote there as well.
Hashtag.
On my video. Yeah.
Hashtag.
A lot of people tweet me and they say to me, whenever I spoke to you about this earlier on as well, when I interview heavyweights like abroad and that and whoever, I
think that as well. Is someone paying you to do?
I can't help but just mention. But hang on, forget about all that. I know you just won a world title, Mr. Stavern, but have you heard of Anthony Joshua? Like,
I think twice.
No, but I don't know. I just do. I don't know. I don't know. But what people got to understand is when I go to America, as much like the American media talk to them about stuff that's relating to whatever's going on with other American fighters or whoever.
Correct, yeah.
Now, when I'm going out there, because I'm trying to do it from a different angle, I'm trying to go from the British angle.
Yeah.
Because as much as I can talk about relevant fights that they might or might not have in America, I also would like to relate it back for UK fans. Like, if I'm interviewing whoever in whatever way, I try and, like, when I interviewed Anthony Durrell recently, knowing that George Groves...
You talk about Groves.
I would talk about Groves because that's the most relevant thing to me.
Yeah.
For people watching iFL TV back at home, the most relevant thing that Anthony Durrell could say something about is about George Groves.
Yeah, correct.
So for me, if I'm interviewing a heavyweight, it's kind of like the same thing. I should imagine that people would want to hear the WBC heavyweight champion of the world's thoughts if he has seen you fight or not on Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, Bermain Stavern, I remember I went to Vegas 2009 with my amateur club for a boxing championship, and then I went to the Mayweather gym, and it's weird because I see Bermain Stavern back in the day before, this is what I'm saying, before anyone honestly knew about him. And he's doing his abs, and this guy, come on, baby, you're gonna be the champ. Let's work. And it's crazy to see, like, what we in now, 2014. Like, years on, with his graft and hard work, he's finally become WBC champ, and it just shows hard work pays off. And I remember when I started boxing in 2008, had my first fight, like, November. So I remember roughly around 2009, I had this historian in my gym. He showed me Deontay Wilder, who's fighting potentially for the WBC belt, and he goes, this Wilder, he's good. Watch him in a few years, he'll be making waves, and he is now. He showed me Malik Scott as well, showed me his athleticism, and he's very talented. He's fighting Lepia, who just lost to Klitschko, so it's kind of, he knows his stuff, man. He hasn't said nothing about me. I'm waiting. But yeah, it's good. I like Bermain Stavern and these guys. It's amazing what they've gone on to achieve. Like, just been grinding, chipping away at success, and they're all there now. They're right at the top of their game.
Definitely. So, just going back to my thing, should I stop mentioning your name?
It's up to you, mate. It's up to you.
I don't know.
Ask them. I'm not. It's freedom. It's freedom of speech these days. It's your channel. You say whatever you want to say, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But I've asked like fighters about other fighters, not like you. I've asked about people's thoughts on Fury.
Why don't we ask
David Hay?
Just ask. Do you reckon KUGAN should stop? Yes or no? Yes.
If you say no, I'm still gonna fucking do it anyway. So no, I'm ready to. But no, that is what it is. I know, like me and you are all trying to plates, but I just like to hear what
people have got to say.
What they think.
I mean, but fighters won't give away much either. But it'll be interesting to hear their opinion.
Definitely. But are we allowed to talk about what you're qualified in or not?
Yeah, I've done music. I've done music, engineering. Not like some producer, like, I've done engineering. I've done bricklaying. I'm a qualified bricklayer as well. I was bricklaying before I was boxing.
See, did you know that? Because I had no idea of this.
That's what I'm saying. This is the side to Joshua apparently no one knows. So
he's a qualified bricklayer. He can build a barbecue. This is what you told me earlier, correct?
Yeah, okay. If anyone needs a barbecue, hit me up.
What's the biggest thing you think you could build?
The biggest thing I think.
What about like a brick shed? Could you do that?
With a small team.
Yeah.
With a small team, yeah.
And I want to know what you can do on your own.
Yeah, like a nice barbecue, like just the out frame, and then I'll get like the metal and all that stuff put in, and I'll get someone to do the gas work and all that stuff. Yeah, but I could definitely make something nice.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, it's not incredible, but you obviously did have a life before boxing, so.
Yeah. Remember, I was doing other stuff before boxing.
But if you do wish to have a barbecue built in your garden, then please
look out potentially for the AJ grill.
Would you ever bring out a gimmick like that?
100%.
What would you have? Like, you can't do the grill because George Foreman's got one.
I think Foreman's grill was great.
No, great. Everyone's got one.
What we needed on the Foreman grill, is a heat meter, because there's only one setting, on and off. Sometimes you might want to slow cook, whatever. I think there needs to be a place where you can like potentially put a little pot of oil, and it leaks out every 30 seconds, so it keeps the chicken a bit moist.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? And then
something other than the drip tray that they give with it.
The drip tray's good. I'm saying you definitely need the drip tray to drip the oil out. But what happens is that sometimes the chicken gets stuck to the grill because there's no moist on the grill. You can put your butter and your oil on first, but just to keep it coming through, and a timer. And I think that'll be
So say if you couldn't bring out a grill, what would you want to bring out?
What would I want to bring out? I honestly couldn't tell. I would love to cure illness. Some medicine that could cure an illness. Something along them lines. But who knows, mate?
Okay.
What I want to bring out right now is that WBC international title, October the 11th.
Still thinking boxing, trying to take him away from boxing.
Nah, listen, I've only had 8 fights.
I meant like the Joshua vibrator or something. That's what I meant. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Sell out. AJBoxing.com.
Ladies, log on to AJBoxing.com for all your needs.
What's that, like the Old Spice advert?
You're a bit better than Old Spice, but...
I don't know. I'll just boxing right now.
Right.
Keeping it around there.
You know people are going to be tweeting about the AJ vibrator later.
But I think you definitely need to think outside of sport, because if you look at the percentage of people who go broke, not just in sports, in life, but definitely in sports and football and stuff like that, I think you've got too much money, too much time.
Do you know what I'm going to bring out?
Too much money,
I'm going to bring something out myself. I want to bring out my own drink.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd love to bring out my own, Kugi Cola or something like that.
Kugi, like the Panda Pops, or like what are them drinks that you used to get when
Panda
you was in
Pops
school?
and 20p bottles.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about a premium drink.
A premium
like
drink?
A premium, like a ginger beer, like a Coogie's ginger beer.
Interesting.
Yeah, not Coogee Bear, but Coogie's ginger beer.
So you got big plans?
Yeah, I've got plans to bring drinks out, bro.
Big plans. Interesting. So you seen it here first, or you heard it here first.
KUGAN's chicken seasoning.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, Sri Lankan jerk.
I know I'd like to go Sri Lanka. Apparently, it's a nice place for a holiday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come with me when I go, whenever that is.
Sometimes it feels like we finish the interview too soon, but it seems like we're coming to the end.
Well, we've done half an hour.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, time does fly.
This is my trick. I asked you for 10 minutes, I've got half hour. Do you know what? I want to know though, when you're world champion, undisputed.
Listen, I'm not answering that.
No, but when you are you still going to give me half hour?
Ask me then.
No, because you'll tell me to fuck off.
I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen.
I remember you.
I don't know what's going to happen. So, if I get there, then I'll ask you a question.
Potentially, will you still give me half hour in the gym like this?
Yeah.
You still buy me Nando's?
Yeah.
If you still got the black card?
I ain't got a black card.
Ain't you?
Nah.
Oh. It's a myth as well then. Big up Nando's.
Shout out to Nando's.
Shout out to Nando's. Alright, well listen, I'm not going to say, I know you've been training all day and I've just collared you basically.
Nah, it's all
Shout
good.
him out.
Big up to my boy Lat, putting his work in, footballer, but he understands the benefits of boxing. So yeah, he's putting in extra work. So I've got some good people around me, good friends.
Big up Skins as well. I like Skins.
Man like Skins.
Man like Skins as well.
All the boys, 'cause I don't want anyone to get offended. All my supporters, family, people that genuinely care.
It's a lot of people.
Stuff.
It's a lot of people. Alright, well listen, thank you for watching this half hour. This is longer than EastEnders. EastEnders I think comes in at 28 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we've done more than EastEnders, so it's been insightful, especially to learn about your qualified as a bricklayer.
Sound engineering as well.
Sound engineering.
Put in that work.
Will you just do a little freestyle? You're not going to do this, are you?
Nah. We need a build. Do you want to drop the beat?
Let's do this. Listen, this is unbelievable. This talent is unbelievable. I'd love to hear you and like Exhibit come.
Exhibit? What Exhibit?
Don't know, Exhibit or like.
Hit me with anything, lads.
Whatever we got. This is something special. But I want you to walk into the ring one day with the microphone.
Like
or little headset.
Broner.
Unbelievable.
AJ.
Eddie will love it. What you got? What's he got? Just waiting for our DJ, resident DJ here at the Matchroom Gym to sort the tunes out.
Oh. What?
Still waiting.
Lats, any danger?
Woo!
Give me a subject.
Your next fight.
Yo. My next fight, WVC International, October 11th. I'll probably take him out in the 7th, scheduled for 10. He's not my friend, I'ma battle it out to the motherfucking end. I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter, I'ma get hyper, I'ma bun him up like a lighter. Today I done training, maintaining, trying to get my gains. People don't understand my name. AJ, looking for a payday. AJ, trying to get paid like Mayday. Mayweather, best in the sport. TBE, believe me, I'll be the next. Focus on my career, focus on my life. Low key AJ, never on the hype. Blacked out, white writing, fuck fear. AJ moving around the first gear. They ain't seen my second, they ain't seen my third. I'm a Get it!
That's
how we're rolling.
Introduce yourself.
I ain't got no name, man.
He ain't got no name.
Unknown.
He's part of Team AJ now.
Team X.
Yeah?
X.
What do you reckon of his skills?
Top class, man. Taught him well.
Yeah?
Signing out.
Alright, KUGAN CASSIUS. He who does not wish to be named, Anthony Joshua, iFL TV, thank you very much.